Hi everybody, it's Richard here again and welcome to another video. Now about a year and a half ago I ranked the singles of Roxy music, and I always meant to follow that up by doing the singles of Bryan Ferry, but I forgot. But I'm going to do that now. I'm only taking in the singles from 1973 up to 1994, and Bryan Ferry had a solo career running alongside Roxy music. And during that time he really released just cover versions. However, whenever Roxy Music split, he recorded his own albums with his own songs. So there's a big mixture of cover versions and original songs in this. And normally I would favour the original songs, but with this ranking I'm just going for pure pleasure, what I actually like. Now there's 24 singles and I have 23 of them. So there's one single I'm missing, however it was a B-side as well. So any of the eagle-eyed people out there can see which one I am showing twice. You can put in the comments below. And I'm not going to include the remixes of The Price of Love and Let's Stick Together, which were hits in 1988. Okay, as I say, 24 singles, so let's get started. My least favourite is from 1986, and it is this one here, Is Your Love Strong Enough, which was on the film Legend, so it's from the original soundtrack. It's not a bad song, but I'm not keen on the chorus. The verses are better than the chorus. It has that slick Avalon type sound to it, which he had throughout the whole of the 80s really, but it's my number 24. My number 23, and it is the second single from Bête Noire, and it's Kiss and Tell, and this got to number 41 on the charts in 1988. Again, it's smooth, it's dancey, but there's not much of a melody to it, which puts it quite low in my listing. I do quite like this. I like them all, but this is one of the weaker ones for me, and that's my 23. Now at 22 I'm going to have to show a CD, and it is Mamuna. And this is the second track from his Mamuna album, or the second single, released in 1994. It only got to number 57. This is very atmospheric. I do quite like it, but again, it's a very strained melody. There's not a lot to it. It's more ambience than anything. A little bit of nice saxophone in it, way back in the mix. And there's actually some good backing vocals way back in the mix as well. It's not bad, but as a single it was a poor choice, and that's my number 22. Okay, number 21, and we go back to Bête Noire again, and it's the third single, released in 1988, and it's Limbo, and this is the one I think that opened up the album. This is slightly better, good tune, it's a nice melody, very smooth again, that Bryan Ferry 80s sound. But I do enjoy it, and it's got only to number 86 in 1988, so that's my number 21 is Limbo. Number 20, and a cover version from 1993, and it is I Put a Spell on You, and now this is the Screaming Jay Hawkins song. Everybody and his dog has done this. I really do like this version. It's Bryan Ferry-ified, it's very smooth again. It opens up the Taxi album, and this actually got to number 18 in the charts. It's a good song, and it's not a bad version, so I Put a Spell on You gets number 20. Number 19, we're being really hard on this Bête Noire album, and it's the first single, The Right Stuff, which got to number 37 in 1987. Now this is, the music of this was written by Johnny Marr. It's actually taken from a piece called Money Changes Everything. I think that's what you call it. It was the B-side of Big Mouth Strikes Again, but it's okay, it's dancey, it's smooth, and it's got a decent melody, and it's alright. It's not the best in the world, and it got to number 37 in 1987. Okay, number 18, from 1985, and it is Don't Stop the Dance, and I'm not too sure what number this got to. I think it must have been about 22 or something. And this was the second single from the Boys and Girls album. Yeah, good, decent Bryan Ferry song. You know, a lot of them, there's not a lot of difference between these songs. They're all the same sort of type of music. You know, ever since the success of Avalon with Roxy Music, he didn't change his style very much in the 80s. This is decent, and it gets my number 18. At number 17, and a cover version from 1993, and it's got to number 23, and it's Will You Love Me Tomorrow, which is the old Gough and King song. He does a fine version of it. That Taxi album, by the way, is all cover versions, and then the next year he released an album, Mamuna, which is all his own songs, and that was the one he did with Brian Eno. But this one is good, nice version, and I guess my number 17. At number 16, a number 33 hit from 1975, and it's You Go To My Head, and this is like an old 1930s jazz standard. I'm not too sure who actually wrote it. I can't even read that. Gillespie and somebody or other. But yeah, very smooth again, but this is more 70s sounding, and it didn't do too well, as I say. It got to number 33, but it's a nice song from his Let's Stick Together album. At number 15, and a number 37 hit from 1978, and it's Sign of the Times, and this is on his Bright Strip Bear album. It also got on to the Street Life 20 hits from 1986, which was a massive album, massive double album for him. And this is very new wavy, very guitar-y. It's his most new wave type song. Really good. Number 37, but it's very, very short. And it gets my number 15. At number 14, and the third single from Boys and Girls, and it's Windswept, and this is really good. We're getting into really good Bryan Ferry songs here. This only got to number 46 in the charts in 85. It should have done a hell of a lot better, and it is excellent. So on the B-side of this is actually a 4-track EP, because you get Crazy Love, the Van Morrison song, Feel the Need, and Broken Wings. So Windswept, number 14. A number 13 and a number 7 hit in 1976, and it's from the Extended Play EP, and it is The Price of Love, the old Everly Brothers single. This too is on the Let's Stick Together album, and it is excellent, really good, powerful version of a song that everybody has covered, and it gets my number 13. A number 12, and a single from Another Time, Another Place from 1974, and it's The In Crowd, and I believe this is a Dobie Gray song from the 60s. Again, it's got quite a Roxy Music feel to it, sort of an All I Want Is You feel to it. It's very rocking, and it's just an excellent song, and this opens up the Another Time, Another Place album, and that gets my number 12. A number 11, and from 1977, and a number 15 hit, and it is Tokyo Joe from the In Your Mind album, which is all very originals. Really good oriental feel to it, and it's just a really good pop song, so it gets my number 11. A number 10, and from 1978, and this didn't chart, and this is Carrickfergus. Now this is on the Bright Strip Bear album, and I like this because it is very laid back. It's an old traditional Irish song about the town of Carrickfergus in County Antrim, and really it's acoustic guitar, and it's an upright bass, and he sings it beautifully. It was never going to be a hit ever, but still I love it, and it gets my number 10. A number 9, and also from the Bright Strip Bear, and it's What Goes On. Now this is the Lou Reed song from the third album, The Velvet Underground, and this is just a really good groove, and in fact he takes in part of Beginning to See the Light and puts it in this, so it's really a medley of the two songs. Beginning to See the Light is also on the Velvet Underground third album, but yeah, this is great, and it got to number 67 unfortunately in 1978. Okay, number 8, and we go to 1993 again, and it's a cover version, and it's a song I absolutely love, and it's The Girl of My Best Friend, the old Elvis Presley song, and I don't care who sings it, I love it, and I love Bryan Ferry's version as well. I think it's just an absolute classic song, and he does it justice in 1993, got to number 57. And my number 7, and it's the same thing, it's a song I absolutely love, and it's He'll Have to Go, the old Jim Reeves song, which would be my drunken song. If I'm absolutely hammered and I start singing, I usually sing this, or The Seekers of a World of Our Own, but anyway, that's besides the point. But yeah, I think this was recorded around the time of The Bright Strip Bear, but it was released on the Ultimate Bryan Ferry in the late 80s, and it got to number 63 in 1989. It deserved much better. I think it's a really good version. Not as good as Jim Reeves, but it's not far away. So that's He'll Have to Go. And I also have this on CD single, one of those really small 3-inch ones, which I think is the only 3-inch CD single I actually have. So that's number 7, He'll Have to Go. And at number 6, a number 52 hit from 1994, and it's Your Painted Smile. Now this is quite similar to Mamuna. It's from the same album. It doesn't have a striking melody. It is very, very atmospheric, but I think it's beautiful. It's quite short actually. I think it's only about 3 minutes long, but it really does hit the spot for me, and this gets my number 6. And number 5, a number 17 hit from 1974, and it's Smoke Gets in Your Eyes, the old Platter song. Really nice piano part in this, really well sung, but whenever that saxophone solo comes in, boy oh boy, it is absolutely wonderful. I love it, love it, love it, love it, and that's why it gets my number 5 and a number 17 hit. Okay, number 4 and a number 9 hit from 1977. This is Tomorrow from the In Your Mind album. Starts off slow and then the horns come in, and it's just a rollicking great song. It's just a fantastic Bryan Ferry song. A little reminiscent of Let's Stick Together, but I think nearly as good. Maybe not quite, but nearly. But this is Tomorrow, one of his own songs. Fantastic, and as I say, it got to number 9 and 77. And talking of Let's Stick Together, that's my number 3 from 1976. This got to number 4 in the charts, and it's the old song by, I think it's Wilbert Harrison, and Canned Heat took it into the top 10 as well, or the top 20 as Let's Work Together. This is fantastic, and the video is brilliant as well, with Jerry Hall coming on, and the yelping and the horns, everything about it is a really, really brilliant single. As I say, I got to number 4 and 76. Should have been a number 1, but anyway, that's my number 3. And my number 2 favourite Bryan Ferry song is his debut, and it's A Hard Rains Are Gonna Fall from the These Foolish Things album, and I love it. I love this version of the Bob Dylan song. It's my favourite version. I prefer this to Bob Dylan's version. I even prefer this to my favourite Bob Dylan version, which is from the George Harrison concert for Bangladesh. This is brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and deserved to get top 10 in 1973. The arrangement is perfect, so that's my number 2. And my favourite Bryan Ferry single is a number 10 hit from 1985, and it's Slave to Love. And this is so smooth. This could have been on Avalon. I think it's really, really good. I love the sound of this. It's just so well produced. It's a really good melody. Everything about it is great, and it's the highlight of all his 80s output outside of the Avalon album. So Slave to Love is my number 1 Bryan Ferry single. Okay, so that's my top 24 Bryan Ferry singles from 1973 right up to 1994. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope to have another video quite soon. All the best now. Bye bye.